Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name's Jeff Farris, and today we're going to take a closer look at Woodpeckers AutoScale miter sled, and I'm going to show you how to make a sacrificial end block to fit on the end of this. That's a question that we had asked on social media and on our customer service line many times, is where's a sacrificial fence for this? Well, you can't put a true sacrificial fence on there that rides in front of this, because the geometry that allows that scale to be correct at any angle setting means the face has to be right here. So what I've done is I've put a block on the end of that. I'm going to show you how to do that, how to make this. Actually, I'm going to show you how to make a batch of them. Okay, let's get started. So what I've done so far, I've ripped a piece of 3/8 inch thick Baltic birch, 5.5 inches wide, and this is a half sheet, so it's about 30 inches long. Then I milled a piece of hardwood about 1 3/4 wide. That isn't really critical. This can be anything around 1.5 to 1 3/4 inches. This is the only really critical dimension. This needs to be just a little under 2 inches. What we're trying to match is the thickness of this extrusion. So I'm going to show you how to get that to perfectly match your extrusion. Let's do that next. So we want to rip this piece of material so that this is exactly the same thickness as this extrusion. I left it a little proud so I can show you how this works. I'm going to go to the table saw now and get close. I'm going to make a little mark here. That'll get us in the ballpark. Now, we're going to cut our hardwood to approximately the same length of our piece of plywood. Just want to make sure, yep, they've got a little bit of snipe from my planer there. I'm going to cut that off. Now, the next thing we want to do is glue the narrow edge right to the edge of the piece of plywood. So I'm just going to spread some glue here. We'll align that right to the edge and clamp it up. Now all we have to do is watch the glue dry for about 1.5 hours and we'll be ready for the next step. Maybe not. So I've got another one all ready to go here. Same glue up, same procedure, just not going to wait for this one to dry. We'll take this over to the table saw. I'll show you how to cut them to length. So we're going to drop our drop zone on the side of the saw. And I've got a stealth stop set up here that's just a little bit under 3 inches. I'm going to cut this in square, and then we'll cut several of them to 3 inches in length. Now we'll head over to the drill press and drill the mounting holes. I have my fence set up here so that my drill is going to cut them in 11/16 off the bottom edge. We always want to keep the block on the right side, and then we have stops set up for 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches from the end. Now you don't have to write all this down because this is actually in the owner's manual for the AutoScale. All right, let's drill these out. Now the hardware pack with your AutoScale includes these 2 bolts and a couple of thumb nuts. We're going to use those to put this sacrificial piece on. Just going to slide the bolts through the holes like that and get the nut started. Now we'll just slide the head of the bolts into the track. And that's easiest if we take our angle out to about 30 degrees. And it'll just slide right in there like that. And lock it up. Now my face is just a few thousandths forward of my fence, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to take it to the bench now. I'm going to take a hand plane and take just a couple of light passes on there to get it perfectly flush with my face. Perfectly flush with the face of our fence, right where we want it. Now, if you don't have a block plane, don't worry about it because you can do that with abrasives too. Just a little sandpaper on a wooden block, you can sand that dead flush with your face. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching today on our show about making an end block for your AutoScale miter sled. Now, if you enjoyed the show, be sure and give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know about every one of our great videos right when they come out. Now, if you'd like to see the product video on the AutoScale, there's a link for that right over here. And if you'd like to go straight to the ordering page, there's one down in the description. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Woodpeckers Deep Dive.